Boom. Pow, right in the kisser. Wow. Good morning. Good morning. It's a morning. The sun isn't even in the correct lighting position. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I have to wake up anyways. So I also need to put my news on. Ooh wee. The greatest thing is I have to be at work earlier today. I mean, I'm still going to be streaming till noon, but I have to be at work earlier than normal because I have to do my salad going on the menu and everything. I have to get some good lighting for photography. Photography is important if you want to sell a product. Okay. What is going on in the world? My coffee is too hot. My shake isn't mixed. I went to bed at like 3. I woke up at 7. I worked last night. It was dead as hell. I don't know what it is. The weather in the south and just maybe what all's going on. People aren't going out, so it was dead. It felt like nails on a chalkboard. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm so gross. I'm so gross. I really want... Yes, cool. I am. I'm literally going to finish this stream around noon. And then I'm going to go to work. I'm going to bring my computer and I'm going to work on some of this whole stuff with the extra time that I have. And that way I'll be separated from my house so I'm not lazy and try to fuck around. You know, you try to be doing something and then you end up fucking around. It's tragic, man. Oh my god, how do you mute people on the Facebook? Oh my god. Shut up. I am learning that I am just not I'm nice. I am just let's see. I want a chicken biscuit. I want to wake up. Give me a second. This is the first 8 a.m. stream. 8 a.m. Central. Sorry. If you're on the other end of the world, it'll be 6 a.m. So, and then if you're on the right side of the world, and by world I mean the USA, you will be, it is 8 a.m. No, it is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in the morning. Look, I have protein. I'm being healthy. I need my whole body covered in icy hot. But I just, I don't think that's good for you. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. I'm gross. I'm sleepy. I'm gross. Perfect time to talk about food. Oh, I also gotta respond to an email. That's something I have to do. Let's do that right now. I have been... So, yeah, this is the whole barbecue thing. I have totally not responded to this email. Business time, business time, business time. It's like I'm trying to type this email out like it's a formal, but I literally know this girl. Like, I'm like, hi, I'm glad you're willing to make a blah blah blah. And normally I'd be like, yo, bitch, this is business. And really, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. You guys want to watch me type an email, a work email? I am business 100, business casual. Oh, I have the window open, so if you can hear the garbage trucks. It's just nice out, and it's cool. It's hot as fuck in this room, but it's cool outside, and I get to hear the birds. If it's too loud and obnoxious, I'll close it, I guess. I don't know how to pay people. I feel like that's not enough, but I feel like it's a lot. I don't know. First, the first, um, I don't know how to spell. uh, there's two M's. Commission. Sorry, this is very boring, and I'm typing this email because I remembered it, and if I don't remember it now, I've got so much stuff to do. I should spend my time after the stream making my Google Calendar, because I'm not. I am. I am what they call smooth-brained. I'm very. I'm very good at a lot, but I'm not the best at everything. Let me turn that off. Who be ranging? Unless it's the money. Let me Uh, Launch of the service. God, what am I saying? Is anything I'm saying making sense? Sorry, I gotta check the chat. No one's here. No one's here. Okay. Woo! Woo woo woo! It's okay. It's okay. Oh, I just took one sip of that coffee and like I just felt my body shrivel up. Um and bouncy ideas and um mm, ooh, why do you finish an email? How does one finish an email? Ooh, now it's cold. Now it's really cold. Where's my mouse? Am I going blind? I should delete my emails. It is chilly, baby. Blizzard warning. What the hell? Watch me handle my business. Don't mind me, I'm just doing business. You know what? I have a. Why am I apologizing? Why am I apologizing? I'm literally streaming for 4 hours, 4 mornings a week. I can handle some business. It's so cold now. I'm gonna let it get a little bit cooler in here, and then I'm gonna close the window. Check that lighting. Can I turn this off now? That's fine for now. I don't like how it beams me. Even though I got like the diffuser up in there. So yeah, I basically I'm trying to get this photography thing put together so I can have my whole backyard barbecue thing connected to and associated to an actual brand for restaurant stuff, instead of just like, I'm selling this out of my backyard, blah blah blah. I really want to build it out and make it a kind of make it a brand that can be carried on to something else. I'm not necessarily sure if I'm gonna have a restaurant in the future, but it's nice to have like outlets, because this brand is essentially connected to it at the same time, and I wanna put a lot of effort into it, and I think it's gonna be super cool, and it could be something very good. And my friend, she does a lot of illustration, and what she's really good at is she intersects her amazing photography and illustration at the same time. So it's gonna be fun, like collaborating. And that's another thing. Like, I have to deal with the Instagram, and right now the Instagram for this one is just that I have connected to this page. I think it's just like my regular one that I just put bullshit on, like Warzone clips and me playing guitar. I need to actually like switch the names over so I can have one that's just dedicated to the food. Also, I have a Discord. I have Discord. Discord is going. I have it ready. It's pretty bare, but it's there, and I got everything set up. I'll continue to keep working on it, but like I said, I'll be at work for a solid 3 hours, 2 hours more than I need to be, so I got some time. But I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, it's cool. I got it all categoried out. I got a meme section. I got a stream-related news section that I have the schedule on. I got a follower chat. I got a food chat, and I got a restaurant behind the scenes thread. Yeah, pretty much very easy. Very nice. Very easy. I like it. Oh, I should write myself a to-do list. That's what I need to do. I get sidetracked so easily. I also need to blow my nose. Where's my notepad? Notepad. What do I fucking need to do? Discord. I hope everyone is doing fine. It is very early for me, and I worked last night, and I got off work, and I stayed up late because my friends were online, and I wanted to play video games with them. And I woke my ass up at 6:45. So if I'm disorganized, I'm sorry. But yeah, like I said, this is my other my other jab. Mm-mm. What the hell? I'm not trying to post. I'm trying to search. There we go. Oh my god, so boogery. I'm just scanning Reddit right now to get a couple. I'm getting my juices flowing. I'm getting my creative juices flowing so I can start bitching. Ooh. Here's a question about pizza. I'm gonna answer this question while I pick my nose. This one just basically asking reviving dried out pizza. I have half a pizza that was refrigerated in the cardboard box. This is a problem a lot of people have. In the box, I have a half a pizza that was refrigerated in a cardboard box that was delivered in. So it's dry and hard. Can I reheat it and make it make the crust soft again? Told you I have a smooth brain in the mornings. You just can put it. You can just put it in an oven. The best way to reheat pizza is by putting it back in the oven. You can also like put it in a pan. A little, if it's like a piece, if you're not warming up like a whole pizza or like half a pizza, you can put it in a skillet and then put a little lid on top, so like it'll start moistening up. You don't want to like whack the heat up super high though. Otherwise you'll burn it. You're not sautéing it. You're more or less like warming it in a little steamer. In just a little steamer. Ba ba ba. Ba ba ba. Let me go in here and get. Yeah, reheating pizza I mean, I'm guilty of it. I do it in the microwave. You know, it is what it is, but then I'm like, damn, it's so chewy sometimes and gross. So but yeah, always in the oven, and it just tastes so much better. Like it's just something about how the oil heats up inside the cheese and everything. It just works. To quote Todd Howard at the fucking Fallout 4 announcement, it just works. Is that what it was? Mm-hmm. 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 I have all these. Wow. You can hear the outside. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. A little bit higher on the music. This fucking bird is like wah 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 wah. Okay, good morning. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Man, I gotta do a whole bunch of calendar making. Next question. Let's find a good one. There's a lot of bean questions. Cooking tender beans from dry beans. Here's a technique question. It says, I'm adding more beans to my diet for health reasons, and I had the unhappy experience of soaking dry beans the appropriate amount of time and cooking on stove. In 2 cases, once with black beans and once with split peas. The beans never got totally tender, always having a slight crunch no matter how long I cooked. I was well within the expiration date of the bags. Any tips for nice tender beans? Beans take a long fucking time, and I think this person wants their beans to be like mush, like they want them to be like soft, which essentially is in my world overcooked, but that's just it's also not like a bad thing. Like that there's like I say overcooked as in there is a threshold or a certain degree of which beans would be like al dente and then overcooked, or like cannellini beans. We have a bruschetta on the menu that we use cannellini beans on, and I purposely overcook the beans so they're kind of like soft enough where they don't fall off the bread and you can kind of like smush them onto the bread. So soaking your beans are crazy because you're just boiling the shit out of them. My favorite way to make beans is after they soak, I bake them in the oven with all the liquid and bake them covered. Sorry, that garbage truck is just so loud. I thought he already came. How rude. How absolutely rude. So I'll put, after soaking my beans, I'll put them in whatever baking container, and then I'll put my cooking liquid in and my flavors and aromatics and whatever, and I'll put enough liquid that, because the point of soaking them, they absorb a lot of moisture that way, and they grow exponentially. They don't grow the same way if you just chuck them in a pot and boil them. But if you're cooking them on the stove, which most people are, you just want to follow some rules. You want to make sure you salt the ever-living fuck out of your water. And the beans, it takes so much salt to get inside them. Like, it just does. Since they cook for so long, you need to make sure that you have something that you're going to get flavor to it, whether that's like a piece of smoked meat, or like a charred onion or something like that. And then just keeping them on low, and you want to also be skimming the top and getting the scum and shit off the top, but you want it to be at a very, very light simmer. And you want to also make sure the liquid you're using is just flavorful, not just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I don't know why that's aggravating me so much. It's just pissing me off. I'm like, this is my stream. I woke up early for this, and you have the audacity to pick up the garbage at 8:44 p.m. p.a.m. Okay. But yeah, anyway, beans. You just want to cook them and then like check them. Like take a bean out after it takes like a couple hours to like pot braise some beans. And also like make sure you have a lid. Through most of the cooking process on the top of the stove, you're going to want to have a lid on there. And then you take off the lid and you basically like let that liquid reduce. There's actually like cooking beans is not as easy as it fucking sounds. So that might be a good idea for something to kind of do in a stream, because if I do like a 4-hour stream, I can have the beans like at least the start process. I can answer the questions, whatever, and then I can go back and then like process it. But that's a good idea. Very good idea. I hope everyone's more awake than I am. This shit sucks. People just want to be cooking everything so fast. It's like, why are my beans not done? Oh, I only cooked them for 20 minutes. Using leftover beer from cooking bratwurst. Well, any ideas on a sauce or use for pot leftovers from the beer boiled brats? For more context, I usually sear the brats, then boil them in a pot with a pint of beer. This usually results in a small amount of liquid left in the pot. I had thought tonight maybe I could use that liquid for a sauce or something. You can definitely make it into a sauce. I would just think about like you might want to like add some veg to it, or like maybe like what I would do. I build like I have a really basic sauce that's so flavorful, and like you can add whatever to it, but the base is always the same. So it's just basically little like minced up shallot with whatever fat you want, and then I kind of like put a spoon of Dijon mustard. That's like one of the biggest things that I use for a lot of different reasons. But a little Dijon mustard, and then it'll start to get a little brown in your pan, and like that mustard will kind of get a little brown on the bottom with the shallot. And then what will happen is you'll take that liquid and you'll dump it in there, and that'll basically come out, make the fond on the bottom of the pan, unstick itself, and then so you'll have this beer, sausagey kind of like sauce going on. And what you're going to do is just take it down a little bit more and then hit it with you can hit it with a vinegar. You can hit it with a little apple cider vinegar. I don't like using apple cider just because it's a little on the sweet side, but I don't think that's bad since the shallots will be sweet. And you don't have to like fine mince. The thing is, like, you don't have to fine mince the shallot. You can like cook it or cut it into really thin julienne strips. It's just how you want it. And then, and you don't even you can use onion. You can use caramelized onion. You can use, what What else? You don't even have to use the onion. You can just start it with a roux. You can just use the Dijon mustard. Like, it's just a consistency, and the mustard helps emulsify. But I would definitely hit it with a little bit of acid at the end, and then just reduce it a little bit, and then you have a nice sauce that you can, depending on how thin you want it or how thick you want it, you can, or how much onion or vegetable you put in there, you can really kind of like make a topping with it. It can be like a rich like topping, or it can be just a sauce that you use for like mashed potatoes. I don't know. You can get really wild with it. And then also, if you wanted to, you can like, if you have like a little like stock or something, you can add that to it and supplement it. Sauce building at home is very fun because you can really do a lot, and do anything. That was a good question. Because I love using leftover stuff like that. And there's some things that like you can't. I saw a question the other day on here that was like, can I use the egg mixture from when I made schnitzel for something else? And it's just like, you just had like raw veal all up in it. Like, I don't know if it, like, that's a big old cross contamination thing, and I don't know if, I wouldn't trust my body to be able to handle that. Did I have the music too loud? I probably do. You know what I'm saying though? I gotta fucking stop wiping my nose with my hand. It's dry, but it feels wet. It's dry, but it feels wet at the same time. What's going on? It's mostly just itchy. But yeah, don't ever like use, if you're dredging something with an egg wash, don't use the eggs. Don't like make scrambled eggs for your like girlfriend or boyfriend or wife or husband with that. They might have a little food poisoning or something. I need a tissue. I need to blow my nose. Good morning. Good morning. I'm alive and awake. Answering questions today. I got my stupid, shitty, basic bitch protein shake. And I got my coffee. Yeah, then what? That would be like a beer sauce. Beer sauce. But like also that is kind of cross-contaminating. But you're essentially boiling the bratwurst, so they're gonna come up to temperature anyways. So by the time they come up, your liquid won't have that like cross-contamination danger. You don't have to worry about getting any weird bacteria. It'll be a boiling. So that's an instance where you can save something. Man, I'm so productive. I'm like watching the news, I'm streaming, I'm typing emails, I'm deleting emails. This is business. Oh no. Business casual. Are these birds annoying? I'm gonna close this. Sorry, I just had to make it a little bit colder. It's like, I don't know, it's like hot as fuck until about this time. Normally I'm not even awake, so. Oh my god. Welcome and good morning. It's like hurts the edge of my nose. Like fucking when it gets cold, I get so dry, and then somehow my allergies decide to flip and be like, oh, you were dry all night. It's 7 in the morning, and we're just gonna turn on the booger faucet. It's fucking bullshit. I try to sleep and I'm dry and I can't breathe, and I can breathe. It's just so uncomfortable how fucking dry it is. And then here we go. Straight booger. I'm a walking booger. I'm gonna need like another coffee. Holy cow. Let's look at a question. How do you make rice? Something always goes wrong. Firstly, it always sticks to the bottom of the pot and forms a stuck layer that peels off. Even if I put my temp to 2/3 to boil water. I use rice 1 to 2 water for basmati rice and rinse thrice. Wow, this guy made some bars. Always comes out sticky. Just get an Instant Pot. We don't boil rice anymore. We get an Instant Pot. Get a rice cooker. That's my advice for cooking rice, because I fucking hate cooking rice on a stove because it is so temperamental with how the heat is just from the bottom. But the cool thing about the rice cookers and Instant Pots is the heat is contained, and it's steaming itself at the same time, and it's not just aggressively coming from the bottom. Cooking rice, every rice has a different volume of water that is necessary, so it's really important to pay attention to that. And then also, if you are rinsing rice, you make sure that it is like completely dry. And then also salt also helps. Salt does so much for food, not just seasoning wise, but cooking wise and molecularly. It does a lot molecularly. No. And I keep saying same thing with the beans. It kind of helps break some stuff down in a way. Not like you don't have to salt them as heavy as the beans. Maybe like for a pot of rice, a tablespoon or two. Nothing fucking ridiculous. But when I'm making beans, I'm literally like, it's like half a cup of salt. No fucking joke. I literally will just dump it into my hand. But rice is tricky. Rice is like, there it is again. Rice is definitely tutorial worthy. At least a regular like long grain rice. I like basmati, and long grain, extra long grain. Those are my two favorites. Two favorites. Oh my god, I just can't get the lubrication, the social lubricant, and the physical lubricant for my joints. Mm. Holy cow. I got lazy with my emails and stopped deleting them, and it drives me crazy. Oh, please. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I just heard some bullshit about a certain internet provider and how they're doing something that's so great in these times, but I literally have had the biggest problems. Everyone I know has the biggest problems with them. Ugh. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Why is processed food inherently bad for your health? I just want to check. I am not misunderstanding when people say processed food is bad for you. They actually mean high fat, salt, additives, rather than the actual action of processing food. Um, Processed food is bad for your health. I think this could be like a whole topic in itself. It's really like a testament to I'm gonna sound like tinfoil hat, but it's not even tinfoil hat because this is the fucking truth. It's just a lot of uh the processing in American food comes from necessity and overconsumption. And yeah, we do add additives and stuff to keep things shelf stable. Like, there's a whole, like, you can go back to even like when World War II happened and how like Crisco revolutionized early home kitchens and kind of like started this convenience food, processed food thing. Like, it's amazing how in the 70s everyone ate the most disgusting looking shit like I've ever seen. And that stuff was like the start of and we're eating stuff that's just as disgusting. It's just disguised a lot better. It's disguised as things that are healthy and not as processed. So we have a problem with processing food for shelf stability and like the whole overconsumption thing. It's kind of like even meat in a way, like chicken. Everyone knows how chickens are like genetically ridiculous, and they are huge and they're pumped with hormones, and cows are fed corn feed because it's cheaper, and like there's so much more that goes into it. Um, And it also does come down to like a consumption thing. It's people tend to grab whatever idea comes first of what could be the problem, as long as it's not themselves. And I feel a lot of the times processed food is there, but like we don't need to demonize Coca-Cola for being a sugary soda with all of the nutrition facts put on the bottle. Like, if you're not able to look at yourself and say, wow, I drank 3 liters of Coca-Cola a month, like maybe that's the problem. Like there's more than just like demonizing a lot of these things. I know like there are companies that do bad stuff, and McDonald's has a cuckold on the goddamn beef industry. I think they have the biggest cow farm in the country, and it's like, it's obnoxious, and even like the methane produced from that is obnoxious. That's an example of a bad practice or a bad I don't know. But I also like go to McDonald's. I'm not a hypocrite, and like I just try to see both sides. But processed food, yeah, they put in this, if I made homemade chicken nuggets by blending chicken meat in a food processor, then it wouldn't be bad for some reason. It's bad for you only when you're eating tons and tons and tons of it with anything. My brother stopped eating red meat because of it's well known, if you eat a shitload, and when I say shitload, I mean a shit fucking load of meat, red meat, it's gonna be bad for you. If you eat a lot of anything, it's gonna be bad for you. Stop making fun of my forehead. Oh. I swear, do not roast my forehead. How do I'm literally looking at, I thought the Facebook comment, it was talking about something about my forehead, but I looked at it and I thought it was a stream comment. What's up, you too, Yui? What's up there? Good morning. Good morning. I'm over here bitching about the American overconsumption of meat, and then how they blame it on, they blame the meat, but they don't blame the fact that they had 28 cheeseburgers in 1 week. It's crazy, right? Oh my God, your colon is so full of meat. What have you eaten? I only eat meat, but I think it could be, the doctors are like, well, it must be all the meat, but it's literally like metric tons of meat that they have inside of them. Like, if you get to like look back when even like people were hunting wild boars and shit, like the amount of meat they would get in a sitting was so much less than what we would eat now. They'd get their protein, and that's what they would have for like fucking couple days. Like, I eat meat. I did a little vegan thing for 3 months to kind of like see what that's like. This was a long time ago. I did it so I can kind of understand it and kind of challenge myself. This was like when I was in like culinary school, and then no, I didn't do vegan for 3 months. I was vegetarian for 3 months, and then the 4th month I went and did a whole month of vegan, just to. It's just something you have to know. I guess you have to try it, and you can't really say, oh well, that's just stupid if you don't try it. Like, I have my opinions about meat eating. I think you gotta kind of like protect the people before you protect the animals in a way, but that's like a philosophy thing. That's not like, I by no means think that you are less if you're a vegetarian or a vegan. Like I said, I did it so I can understand a little bit better. At the time, when I was like 19, That's almost a decade ago. Whoa. So, yeah, and it's just silly sometimes, and I just feel I just think that it's insane. Like the health problems we have and develop, we just cut shit out and we'll cut it out. We'll cut this out because of statistics based off of overconsumption. So, and then even it gets muddled into doctor like territory and like medical research. Like, it's just am I just silly, or is the problem really like the consumption? I feel like that is a huge ass issue. You shouldn't, yeah, I'm not gonna eat 20 pounds of meat, but if you look at how much meat an American consumes in a year, let me do that. And that's including chicken. $222 of meat per day, half a pound of meat. So we can say that the average family of 4 consumes about 888 pounds of meat in a year. So half a pound of meat per day. You don't, and that's even like more than probably what you need. Like there's some days where I don't have like a meat source, and I'm like, it's not something that's necessarily needed. You don't have to have protein. Like people also, I hear people get upset. Like they're like, I need, and I, as a chef and working in restaurants, people like meat. They just want it. And they think like some food isn't filling if there is no meat, which is insane. Insane. I could go on a while. A long time. And keep going. Yeah, this whole thing is like, I'm sure it's in like what are those documentaries that come out on Netflix where it's like you should stop eating this, you should stop eating that, and it's like, here's why, because the industry is destroyed and terrible and blah blah blah, and people are getting sick, and it's like, well, yeah, the industry is destroyed and exploited and over processed, but it's also our fault as consumers. Yeah, that one is that can be a long talk for a whole different subject. Sorry, I feel like maybe I should use my phone for the Reddit instead of my computer so I can monitor my chat properly. Sorry, I would love to interact with people. I just forget and I start going blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, you. I didn't mean to ignore you. I promise. I am hungry. Man, I need another flavorless rice bowl. Yeah, sorry that processed food question. It's just like I eat processed food. I do. I I am not perfect. Um but at the same time, I can also make food for myself, and the majority of the food I eat is food I make for myself, and it's just all never really processed at all. It's pretty whole. Like I always give myself shit about my diet, but at the same time, I don't really eat that terrible. I now the consistency of when I eat, where it's like I'll either be fasting or I gotta go get a tissue in a minute. Um, the consistency and shit is the most unhealthy part because I'm literally like eating a bunch and then like once or all at once or twice. But yeah, or like right before bed, I eat a shitload. Let me see. Is this a little? I'm gonna. Let's see if this is a little bit. Is this better? Or should I have the other angle? That's good. I just didn't like how precarious it was. Yeah, that's good. That's totally good. Just a little bit up like that. Or I can actually... I forget this can move so I can be more in the shot. That's a lot better, actually. What's wrong with me? The light hits me better instead of being up here. I don't know. Who cares? That way I can, like, do what I want. I put this in the food and drink category. So if you're watching me and you're upset that there's no food or drink, I'm sorry. There will be, but we're talking about food and drink. That's the same thing. It's a topic. Topic. Oh, what? Some people are getting COVID vaccines that they're jumping the line? What? I'll get mine in 10 years. Don't worry. I'm just a dude cooking in a restaurant all the time, washing everyone's dirty utensils. I don't need a vaccine either, but these rich people on their little private islands. Okay. I mean, I'm not above like a frontline worker by any means. I just mean like, how are these people that live in like Malibu like getting vaccines, or what was it in Florida, off the coast of Florida, or some shit like that? They have their own shipment of vaccines. Oh my god, this is this. I see the title of this and it makes me angry. I can't. I can't do that. Here's a question. What? This is no answer. It's just funny. I just want to say it because I'm not mad at it. It just says, why does eggplant smell like toast when you cook it? Then the description is, why does eggplant smell just like toast when you're cooking it? Someone's like, it doesn't. Oh shit. That's not a question though. Like that's just like something you ask yourself in your head like oh my god. Damn. That's funny. Oh my god. Hmm. Business, 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 business. If I just put all my attention into this shit, I will help myself in the long run. That's all I keep thinking. Getting up early, I'm learning, is not the hard part at all. Yeah, I am sorry. I'm sorry if you're following the Instagram. It's very lacking, and there's not a lot of cooking. I have the content for it. Two Instagrams. I have the Lowboy Lemonade, and I have the Lemonade Stand. I will have the socials on here. I think I have my personal Instagram social on the Twitch page. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right. If you're new here, we're just chatting about food, beverage related questions. If you're lurking, continue to lurk. I love a lurker. I'm a lurker on Twitch. Even the people I subscribe to, I lurk, and sometimes I'll say something, but I like watching the chat. Sometimes if you don't, the cool thing about Twitch is if you're just paying attention to a chat, you can also learn a lot from what other people are saying, depending on the channel. I like to watch channels where I'm going to learn something. There's not really many gaming channels that I watch. I play a lot of video games, but I don't personally. It depends. There might be some people but it's probably because of their personality. I used to watch King Gathalion play Destiny a lot. I need to fix this overlay. It doesn't look too bad. These boxes on the bottom, I can't get them to work. I actually have to. I am going to make another cup of coffee and go to the bathroom, and then I'll be right back. All right. All right, all right, all right. I'm here. Sorry. That's not rude, is it? I had to make some more coffee because I don't feel awake yet, and I only got 4 hours of sleep. And then I gotta work today and make pizzas, and I have to take some pictures of new menu items, and it's just, there's so much shit I have to do. And I wish I could just, like there's this thing in this anime, if you will, called Dragon Ball Z, called the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. And in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, you can train for a lifetime, and it will only be a second in the real world. So that would allow these people to train their whole lifetimes over and over and over again in no time. Or no real time, I guess. It's kind of weird, but I wish I could do that, where I could just sit in this hyperbolic bubble and not have to... It got colder. It got colder as the sun came up. What is going on? This house gets so hot at night. It's ridiculous. Welcome if you're watching. Welcome if you're lurking. You're just as appreciated. We're just hanging out. I'm talking. I'm running my mouth off. And yeah, deleting emails, drinking coffee. This is the first of my new stream schedule streams, my 8 a.m. to noon, basically. And I'm also watching the news. Very exciting. Very exciting. Beep beep. Oh, Hondi. I didn't know you were over there on the Facebook watching. What up? I hope y'all are good. This is my before work routine now. I just get on Reddit, I answer questions, and I hang out. I didn't know you were over there on the Facebook watching. What up? I hope y'all are good. All kind. I usually just I go on Reddit unless people ask me in the chat. I answer questions of all kinds, and I just kind of started doing this recently. So very fun, very fun, very fun. Yeah, I go on Reddit unless people ask me in the chat. I answer questions of all kinds, and I just kind of started doing this recently. So. Very fun. Whoa. What is up? What is up? Let's see, Reddit. What you got? What is up? Why do you need to add why do you add kimchi first before rice? Oh my, whoa. Sometimes I think I can't read, but it's also, this is exactly how it's typed out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Why do you add kimchi first before rice for kimchi fried rice? Okay, that's my brain just fucking up, I guess. Why do you add it first? I mean, what is, why can't you add them both at the same time? If you add them at the same time, it's easier to tell if you need to add more kimchi or rice to make the ratio better. What? I don't get this question. You just add it. You just add it in by how much you want, really. There's no adding the kimchi first. Um, oh, I guess when you're like cooking it with your like vegetables, like if you have your chopped onion and everything, it's gonna get that flavor throughout the fat. I think that's what they're asking. It just seemed like a little. I think my brain is fucked up. But yeah, it's how flavor is built. You just want to start with your fat, and whatever goes into your fat is gonna be like dispersed. Fat is the vehicle of like flavor, not just because it tastes good. Like you take grapeseed oil or even butter, whatever you put into it, that fat is gonna pull out the actual like oils and flavors of whatever is in that food item. So the kimchi flavor and the spices, and then it's gonna coat everything a lot more evenly. So you're always, if you're making fried rice especially, you're gonna want to add that stuff first, um, to get caramelized and whatnot, and then the rice goes in to finish coating. Then you're coating it with that flavor filled fat of whatever kind you pick, and then it's pretty much caramelizing the rice at that point. I love making fried rice. That's like one of the things I make at home a lot, just because I like having regular rice around. And then I also will like I'll eat a bowl of fried rice with like half an avocado, and that'll keep me like full like all day for the most part. If I pick my nose and I don't pay attention to it, I'm sorry. Oh no, I think it was echoing. I hope not. Sorry, I'm watching the news at the same time. At the same time. Yeah, I love making fried rice. Making fried rice and making curry, um, stuff like that, like butter chicken, chicken tinga, tinga, tinga. Bow, bow, bow. I love making chicken tinga, mole chicken. I like chicken, but like not like chicken strip kind of. I just like eating it as it's just versatile. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. It's just I'm trying to find questions that I can not misinterpret, because I feel like sometimes I misinterpret it and I don't want to come off like an asshole. Like I am an asshole, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to like come at someone who's literally like where I can see that the intent is not wrong, or if they're just being ignorant, then I don't care. Oh man. Isn't there like a controversial tab on this shit? Top. or new. Why did my gravy turn into a jelly-like substance in the fridge? This one's got a lot of reading, So on Wednesday night, I was making dinner and decided to try something new for my gravy. It was pretty standard beef broth, butter, some red wine, some seasonings. But here's where it differs. Normally, I'd make a roux for the gravy, but a friend suggested a cornstarch slurry. Figured why not? It was awesome last night. Last night, I went to reheat it, and it was straight up jello consistency. Like, it just slid out of the container it was in and remained in that shape. Even with me shaking it around in the bowl, it stayed intact. I guess my question is just, what the fuck? Did the cornstarch react with something else and make it go wild? No, that's just what cornstarch does. You probably put a little too much cornstarch in there, and all it takes is warming it back up. Really, that's how it is. When you cook like a really fortified bone stock or bone broth down, but you cook it down by half to really concentrate it. That's why where demi-glace gets his name is half. So you're essentially demiing your stock, and without having to thicken it, you make it a lot thicker and a lot richer. So with cornstarch, cornstarch reacts differently because it's hydrophobic. No, it's like the opposite. It just loves water. So, and it can hold it very well, and that's where you get like the jelliness from it. So there's nothing wrong. You can heat, if it does congeal like that, you just heat it back up in a little sauce pot with just a little warm water. And then that's another thing to just watch how much of the slurry you're making. You don't need a lot, as much as you think, because a lot of that thickening power comes from cooling it down. That's why when you make a slurry, also you can tell you start it with cold water, but it will congeal on you, and it's nothing crazy. There's no reaction to it. It's just how it is. But it does look kind of gross if you put too much cornstarch in something. You really want a little bit. That's where a lot of the sauces at the Chinese restaurants get they're like sticky, but they're kind of like they have that like jelly quality, but it's still like a sauce in a way. It's just a little tiny bit of cornstarch in there and then cooking it down a little bit. So there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. Man. Man. What? There's more COVID outbreaks in supermarkets? Wow. Yep. I think I did this talk in one of my long format talks I did the other day about COVID and the restaurant industry. But it's just crazy how supermarkets don't get shut down when and they can do disobey all these rules. But we like as restaurants like we accidentally break a rule because of someone else, and it's our ass. So crazy. Makes a lot of sense. My coffee's too hot right now. Yeah, cornstarch is definitely it's tricky, and it depends on what you're also mixing it into. Like you don't want to use cornstarch for anything you want to use cornstarch for sauces that use like that have a lot of sugar or acid or even are based off of like broth. You don't want to use cornstarch with dairy or a dairy based sauce. Or I wouldn't. I don't know. Some of these questions, I think people are just flexing what they're doing. Bing, 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 bing. What the fuck? Look at this title. Bezos's Blue Origin aims to take people to the edge of space as early as April. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? Like, absolutely, unequivocally, just wrong. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna be at the edge of space in April? No way. So, we have a space race. This is not a bill. This isn't a space channel. This is a food channel. But like, we got billionaires fighting over getting to the edge of space, which is kind of cool. But also, this is how like Wayland Yutani Corporation started. And if anyone is as much of a nerd about the Alien franchise as I am, uh, that's scary. Well, it ends in an old man trying to be immortalized and building clones and just fucking shit up. Oh, and we just deplete ourselves of resources. Hmm. Oh my god, the coffee's warm. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm there. I'm waking up. My gears are turning. I just need calories. Calories would help me so much. Maybe stretching. Maybe properly stretching. That would be right. Ugh. I feel like every joint, I can feel every joint in my body right now. I'm so mean, my brain goes to roast mode. Immediately. It always goes to roast mode. God. It's fucking, I think it's just because of my cooking, just history and everything. You just see stuff and then you can't unsee it. There's a Mortal Kombat movie teaser coming. Man, this is just not on topic. I am. Holy shit. Sorry if my TV's a little loud. I try to consume as much information at the same time as possible. Let's see. This is a question that applies to other things. If I use homemade stock to boil some chicken, can I refreeze the stock afterwards? You can. You just can't reheat it and then freeze it again. You can. There's a rule to that because of how bacteria can grow. So if you're in restaurants, you're only allowed to reheat something one time. So that essentially would be the reheating one time of you be boiling the stock with the chicken. You're killing the bacteria, but you're gonna have to cool it down again and then freeze it, and then you're gonna have to pull it out to thaw it again. And the reason you don't want to do it more than twice is because how long, as you're thawing and cooling in those respective times, there's opportunity for bacteria to grow, and that's essentially just for it's less necessary in your house because you can consume the bacteria in your house and around you in your home environment, and it can't really hurt you. But in restaurants, they do it like that to ensure that there is only a certain amount of time that it's going to be at a certain room temperature, so it can't hurt or inhibit the growth of bacteria and eventually hurt somebody. But at home, I still wouldn't do it just because you don't want to keep doing that. One time is fine. One time is totally fine, but I wouldn't reheat and thaw and then reheat and thaw. If you thaw it the second time, then that's it. You can't freeze it again. So and then even if you grow the bacteria in there and then you put it in the freezer, that dead shit or whatever is going on in there, it may be dead, but that doesn't mean it won't react weird to your stomach. It just means it won't be as harmful. Can I use pasta sauce as pizza sauce? Yeah. I always like to also, if I'm using pizzas or tomato sauce, cooking it down a little bit. I have recipes for a no cook pizza sauce that's pretty good, but also I like the sauce to be more like pasty. Not like tomato paste, but I do like it to you cook a little bit of the liquid out and then you get like a little more your crust won't get as saturated. But yeah, you could if you use the pasta sauce, just cook it down like on like medium low, like where it's just there's just like a rolling steam off the top and maybe a little bubbling, because then you're not gonna burn it or caramelize it. You're just gonna essentially cook the water out. But yeah. Let's see.